I didn't know who to call.
What had happened at Duke University.
I saw them all come out of like a big frat house, and me and my black girlfriend are walking by, and they called us.
On one side, the best of the best, the privileged young scholar athletes of the Duke University lacrosse team. 46 of the 47 players were white. On the other side, a 27-year-old black woman, a mother, who worked part-time as a stripper while attending college herself on the other side of town. And her accusation wasn't just name-calling. She said she was gang raped. There seemed to be a lot of evidence to prove it. An email uncovered by the police that one lacrosse player sent early the next morning, hinting at what seemed to be the player's shocking and violent intentions. I've decided to have some strippers over, it read. However, there will be no nudity. I plan on killing the as soon as they walk in and proceeding to cut their skin off.
81 indictments, 12 of the 18 jurors sitting
Within on 2 weeks, the story had riveted viewers across the country. It seemed everyone had an opinion, and many believed the alleged victim.
They've gotten away with a lot for a very long time. Why not go home and celebrate? Right. You don't think you're going to get in trouble?
Some of the responses from college officials fueled the fire.
Unfortunately, they're young men, and sometimes young men make bad decisions, make some bad judgments. And that's what this whole incident's about.
Just 3 weeks after the allegations surfaced, a stunning blow to the prosecutor's case. The DNA collected from the rape kit did not match any of the lacrosse players. The defense crowed.
None of the boys in that house that night are at all surprised in any way, shape, or form, because when you know you haven't done anything wrong, you don't worry about a test result.
A lot of people are asking a lot of questions, sir. Can you help us sort this out?
But the district attorney, Mike Nifong, pressed on.
My presence here means that this case is not going away.
He arrested 3 of the lacrosse players, Reed Seligman, Colin Finnerty, and David Evans. Arrested them despite the lack of DNA evidence and despite the fact he still had not interviewed the accuser. Though it did come out that when she was 18, the accuser filed a rape claim against 3 different men for raping her when she was 14. Those charges were never brought. More and more, it seemed, it was the prosecutor's zeal for the case, not the facts, that was making news.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. Sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
2, 3, 4, 5. We're live. Welcome to Hood View Politics. We'll be going to a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones.
And I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother. And welcome to a Sunday night edition of Hood View Politics, or Hood View Daily News, that is. Well, we're going to give it to you straight, uncut, straight facts, no bullshit.
Best to believe it. If you're new here, you're not sure what to expect. But if you've been here before, you know what's going on here. We chasing MAGAs and coons. And we're not going to forget about you Puerto Ricans too. You know what I'm saying? Now, you on the list. Appreciate everybody that took the time out to like, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. You know what I'm saying, dog? We here Tuesdays and Fridays live. And as you can see, we pops in when we got a chip on our shoulder. You know what I'm saying, dog? Mm-hmm. What's going on with you?
Oh, nothing. Just chilling. Right here another day, another night for another edition of this good old podcast. And while y'all at it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell so you know when we slide through.
Exactly. It's a lot going on right now, right? Now, if anybody don't know, there's a lot we're going to get into tonight for sure. We always get into politics from our point of view. which to me is just as best as analysts as any motherfuckers who went to school for this shit, went to college, political scientists. I don't give a fuck who you are at this point. At this point, I feel like we compete with you. Our analysis is not off basis, no kind of way, or nothing like that. It ain't no motherfucking boo the food type shit we saying, right? So therefore, I think by us being in this joint for 2 years now, I think we got a grasp for the politics as it is now. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But before we get all the way into that, everybody gotta know that Nancy Pelosi has broke her hip, right? Well, she had hip surgery. Now everybody don't know. She went over in Germany somewhere now. Something happened in Germany where she now she had hip surgery, hip replacement surgery.
Well, she went over to Germany.
Wow.
She went over there on a congressional trip. She went over there with some other people. And something happened. She fell on some marble floors or she fell and fucked her hip up. So I guess she fell and broke her hip. So she had a military base over there in Germany and she had hip replacement surgery.
That's crazy. See? It's crazy because it goes to show you that at some point these people have to retire. You even had motherfucking Mitch McConnell bitch ass blanking out. He even failed a couple days ago and got a black fucking eye.
Yep.
It's like, bro, what we have to do so y'all can understand that one, just because your mind is functioning don't mean you should be in this position, first of all. Second, when do you realize it's time for you to leave? When you die? Or what? What the fuck is it? What are we doing with this shit? I don't be getting it. Like, you slip and fall. Now you gotta have hip replacement surgery. Mm-hmm. We literally ain't gonna see you for a minute. I know Tony might like that. You know what I'm saying? That
I sure enough might, because see, this is what you get. And I ain't wishing nothing bad on you or wishing nothing bad on nobody. But this is the type of shit that happens. Everybody that's talking that shit that Biden's too old, Biden, you too old, you should have dropped out. But Biden ain't fell down and broke his hip. Biden ain't falling down like Mitch McConnell or freezing up like Mitch McConnell on a regular basis. Now, the debate performance, we can talk about that. But other than that, the dude know what the fuck he doing because he's still handling business. But Nancy Pelosi, she want to be speaker, but she don't want to be speaker, but she want to do all the speaker shit. She making calls about this candidate for this position, or this candidate should get out the race and all this old other shit. This person too old. We need some younger people out there. Guess what, Nancy? That applies to you too. Now you done fell and broke your hip. At some point, you need to turn it over to somebody else, because ain't nobody bitching about the work you do because you did good work. But it's the shit you do that got people pissed off at you. So it should show her and a couple of more that's over 80, over 70 and shit like that. That look, it's time to pass that on to another generation and let them handle this and let them fight MAGA.
Now, for example, the motherfucking Democrats, we had a conversation yesterday about Democrats, right? And she is one of the leaders. She's one of the people that form policies and shit like that and give her opinion on the policies that comes out of the Democratic Party and shit. But at the same time, we had a conversation of what is their issue? Why are they not translating once they do things that's good for people and shit, right? And we had a conversation on how Republicans do messaging way different than where Democrats do. Now, on Meet the Press is one of our rising stars that I ain't feeling the two. What's the name is as I did at first on Meet the Press. She interviewed a Democrat trying to be the DNC chair, right? That's something me and my man been talking about. This is something that's going to come up eventually. This is to us is a real important position because it sets the stage, and not only it sets the stage, whoever running this joint, they had their hands in each conditional district, right? So everybody that run, they get to pick that person. You know what I'm saying? So the messaging and all that shit is under this person. So this person is important. You agree? So it's going to be so many people that's going to run for this position. We told you about. I feel like Crockett should be that, but you're going to have a lot of other people running for this position. We're going to keep track of this because I want to just see who they pick for this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to be real important for the future.
They got to pick somebody who's going to be good at building the party from the ground back up. So I see this dude. I ain't even seen the interview yet, but I know right now it's 4 candidates. I know one of which is Martin O'Malley, former Maryland governor,
who also ran for president against Biden
mm-hmm.
and lost.
What?
He came in the final. He ran against Hillary too.
Yeah, he ran against Hillary.
I think of it.
But him, this dude. But the person I
just feel like that person have to be but it's a lot of things he said in this interview that me and you discussed. Again, we're not political scientists and none of that shit. We just coming off the streets, giving our opinion. You know what I'm saying, Doc?
Yeah, of a post-mortem. What do you think needs to happen in order to conduct that post-mortem, and what are the questions that you want answered?
Well, first off, I don't like to call it a post-mortem because the Democratic Party's not dead. We're still alive. We're still kicking, right? But I do believe we need a post-election review after every election. And frankly, I was a little disappointed we didn't have one after the 2020 election. You see, there's a tendency when you win elections, everyone thinks they're a genius, right? And when you lose elections, everything was wrong. And, neither one of those are completely true. Every election cycle, we do some things well that we should continue to do. And every election, we do things that we shouldn't continue to do. And we need to learn those lessons the right way. We know we lost ground with Latino men. We know we lost ground with working class households, with white women, et cetera. What we don't know yet, and we won't know for some time until we do that review and we get our hands on all the data, is the how and why we lost ground.
Do you have a sense, though, preliminarily, of what were some of the problems that you identified in watching this all play out? I
mean, I think there were some real macro issues that we were dealing with. One, of course, the headwinds in this election never really changed. The right track, wrong track numbers from the beginning when Biden announced all the way through were the same, meaning this was a change electorate and people were facing a lot of economic anxiety and pain, and they were going to take it out on the party in power. And so that was true all the way through the election. The second thing, which surprised me, was last spring, and this should have been the canary in the coal mine.
What do you think about what you just said?
What he said was, I think it was correct. He just don't see the DNC chair. Got to be somebody with some fire. You gotta be somebody that the party, because he's ahead of the party, that the party can get behind. They gotta. He told me, well, we got to get the data. Look, the people y'all need to get back out there ain't concerned about data. You still talking about data. It's what can you do for these people's lives?
Again, that's why I say, man, you walk off the street and do this. But when you watch people like that make money to do this shit, and all you can come up with is, we lost ground with Hispanic men. Man, you know that. You lost ground with white women. We already know that.
Yeah,
you ain't got no plan yet.
That's your
what
problem.
We doing,
y'all keep going
still
out
stuck
there.
On that.
Y'all keep going out there and keep repeating and keep on talking about what's obvious. The shit is obvious.
We done with that.
We know with that. Now, what are you going to do about it?
That's what he should be saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like we passed.
What are you going to do about it?
diagnosed this shit a month, 2 months ago. We've been done diagnosed this shit. Now in the solution time. Like, what are we doing, bro?
And
now,
that's the issue.
It's to be DNC chair. You need to have the solution, bro.
And there was research that showed for the first time in modern history, the perceptions of the two political parties has actually changed. The majority of Americans now believe that the Republican Party best represents the interests of the working class and the poor, and the Democratic Party is a party of the wealthy and the elites. And sure enough, the only two groups that we overperformed with were wealthy households and college-educated voters, just to prove the point. So we have...
My point exactly.
So now, when he say they got a problem with only giving their message to educated people and highly college people and all that stuff, right? That is the core thing of politics right now, because when you have Republicans talking about, all right, let's say woke, right? That turns into whose side you on, right? Woke then turn into a bad word.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say me and you, for example, we got issues with gun violence. We got issues with guns being so free in our neighborhoods, right? To other people, this is woke, right?
Yeah.
So at some point, we got to figure out.
Yeah, that's lumped in.
Yes, how to combat. If you're looking out for the rights of a Korean person that's being harassed, the rights of a transgender person that can't get health care, then you turn into a woke person.
You're woke.
So the Democrats got to figure out a way to message things where you're not turning into a person that's catering to these certain things. You're a person that's looking out for their rights. And that's the thing that's not being relayed in this message is, like me and you always try to make clear, like we said to the MAGA motherfucker that came on here. We don't give a fuck about no transgenders and none of that. But when it's all said and done, that's a slippery slope to us. 14th Amendment, all that wild ass shit. That's when I say that's the overall process to this, is we have a problem with a lot of this shit because a lot of this shit turns to us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you can't do half of this shit without us being involved in some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like the messaging part is the huge part of this. And he touching on it where he understand where the problems are, put it like that.
All you had to do was, in the beginning, y'all could have took the bite out of that woke shit. Like, if believing that all people should have equal rights is being woke, then yes, I'm woke. That's all you have to fucking say. Because if you don't believe in, if you don't believe that all people should have the same rights, then you living in darkness. You still asleep. You could have took, it's several things you could have did to take the bite out of it, but you just don't. You just are like, if your people know what woke is, and the people you were speaking to, that's the problem with, look, Democrats has already been labeled as a party of the elites and basically the eggheads or the smart people and the college educated people. So the people in your party that you need to speak to, none of y'all speak that language. Trump and his people, or sent his people, along with J.D. Vance, around to his people to speak his language. They all speak the same language. So when they go and talking to these people hear them and they listening because they talking to them in a way that they understand. If the people in your own fucking party keep talking about the elites of the party is doing this, like when the shit went down with Biden, that's the first thing everybody said on both sides, really on all three sides, on Biden's side, the regular people's side, and the opposition side. Oh, the elites of the party wanted him out. And and they threw it out there, and y'all let it stick. The elites. Everything is about the elites, and y'all never talking to the regular people. Y'all gotta understand this. If you're going to get shit back to where it's supposed to be, there are many more people, way more people that are working class that out here work a 9 to 5 every day. They get up and go to work and grind for what they got than it is that go to college and are college educated. And if you don't speak to them people and talk to these people or talk to us in a way that we understand, and that what you're trying to do or what planning to do concerning our lives, dumb shit like what happened this election gonna keep on happening.
I don't know. I think it's the perception though. Like, if you believe that migrants is running over the things and taking everybody's job, then there's nothing you can, like, if you feel that way, then you're not gonna vote for the party that's voting against none of that. If you feel that you're losing your job because of inflation, it's nothing the other party can tell you, because this is the middle class, right? It's just that wasn't the facts. That was the only problem. So the middle class has been duped into thinking their life was going in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
I agree with that. But if you don't get out there and aggressively push the truth and push what you have done in office or whatever, then the people are only going to hear the one side.
But see,
and you gotta push the truth and bring receipts. That's all.
I'm gonna tell you the fault of Biden, right? He literally, all right, for example, let's take the border for example, right? We know it's not his, me and you know it's not his fault, right? We know this. This shit been going on for decades, right? But when he came in, he passed the bill first, but he let the Congress work on the bill. That was the first mistake. You put your faith in Republicans to work out a bill in favor of you so you can pass it. That was the jackass mistake. Instead of him writing the bill, making a bill, sending it to Congress and forcing it down their throat to vote for it. Not let them, okay, y'all make up something. I will give y'all time. I'll check back in. You check out back in 6 months later, they gives you nothing. Now you done wasted 6 months. And then they're gonna turn on, now you're gonna try to do some executive actions. Now it's too late. So to me, that was his fault of believing in Republicans are gonna work together to fix some dumb shit that they want to run on. Mm-hmm. So he was dumb as fuck to think they was working on it. They duped his dumb ass, his old ass, for sitting in that White House. They duped him into Congress to think, okay, we gonna work on it. Knowing I ain't doing no number sitting on this bitch until the time run out, and then blame his bitch ass for everybody to come across after that. And he fell into that dumbass trap. When he figured out it was too late, then he gonna do some motherfucking presidential transactions and whatever the fuck. Now to make up for the shit he should have did when he walked in the fucking door. Don't rely on these jackasses. He relied on them and they fucked him.
Well, I don't know about that, because the dude got more done in 4 years than a lot of motherfuckers got done in 8. And the 4 years ain't even up. So his thing is, my thing with him was, dude, you got the strongest and biggest megaphone in the world. But you never jump out there when they keep talking this shit. You can jump into the motherfucking you can come into the motherfucking press room anytime you want. You can call a press conference every time you want, or just say, man, what y'all want to talk about? Well, they said this and this. This is the lie. Bop, 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 bop. This is not true. This is what we done. This, and that. And even in the when he was in the race, he didn't really brag on what he did. Others did for him, but he never did it himself. And he should have did more of that. I came out there, man.
You can't brag on anything. You came into office, right? You left it up to Republicans to work on some bill for the border because you felt like I'm gonna be what's that called? Bipartisans. And I'm gonna let you work on it, and I'm gonna see what you come up with, Republicans. And guess what they're gonna do? Sit in the office and say, he literally think we about to work on something to help his dumb ass. We're gonna kill as much time as we can. And hand it off to the border. Trump already told him don't sign nothing.
Yeah, the border bill was there. It was the motherfucking Trump told the MAGA motherfuckers don't vote.
That was 7 months after he was president.
And he had the
so the 7 months he wasn't president. Whose fault was that?
What?
He relied on them motherfuckers working on it. Yes or no?
But he wasn't
yes
gonna
or
get
no?
it without him. Yeah,
yes or no?
He had to.
All right. Instead of him doing those executive actors now. Don't wait till they fuck you and then say, oh shit, y'all motherfuckers. Now I'm gonna have to do this damn executive act. You should have been did it. So now you get the fault for all the motherfuckers coming in because the right wing know how to mess with shit. So now that's your fault. You should have did that. You should have came in off the break and said, you know what? Bow. We're doing this right now. I'm doing executive actions, this, flat. Executive actions everywhere, all over the board. Until Republicans want to fucking negotiate. That's how you fucking message shit. But no, he come in the joint. I want to work with y'all. I'm gonna let y'all take the bill and give it to me. Have fun with it. They get back to this nigga 8 months later and say, fuck you. And then he's stuck looking around with motherfuckers. They taking caravans to here while you waiting for them. They taking caravans to there while you waiting for them. All on Fox News, you turn into a fucking idiot while you did that dumbass shit. Political dumbass move from Biden. First dumb move in this whole political joint, in this whole cycle, was to fucking wait around for Republicans to do the border security for him. Dumb jackass shit. Not alone didn't get out the fucking race early, but this alone was fuck move. Period. You can't then come around and say, hey, I put executive actors. Now look at the border now. Now I got the numbers down. Nah, it's too fucking late. The jig is up.
I don't know about that, but he ain't.
Do you disagree that he waited and let them work on it?
They work together.
It doesn't matter. Did you agree that when he got sworn in, he let Republicans work on a border bill and sat back and let them work on it? Yes or no?
It was bipartisan, yeah.
Yes or no? So his choice was to let people work on the bill.
Okay,
thinking
that's how you
they got the right faith in mind to hurry up, fix the bill, and give it to him, right or wrong.
Look,
yes or no? Yes or no? What? Yes or no? Did he wait for Republicans to give him a bill? Yes or no?
No, it wasn't a Republican bill. He didn't wait for Republicans.
Republicans shaped the whole bill. The bill he was going to sign was a Republican bill. Yes or no?
It was bipartisan. It was worked on by Democrats and Republicans. That was a bipartisan bill,
bro.
But he did what he said. President. He did what he said he was going to do.
No. Agree. Yes or no?
No.
Did he have the time to do executive actions when he got sworn in, or wait for Republicans?
Okay,
yes or no?
Did him on day
Which
one.
choice? What choice did he do?
Him on day one.
Which one did he do though?
But he let Congress do their job.
All right. So he chose
for that.
You chose Mitch McConnell and dumb fucks on Congress to give you a border bill.
They had it.
When?
They
8 months later, right?
Until motherfucking
yes or no?
Until they wouldn't. Trump told them don't bring it to the floor, and they wouldn't bring it to the floor.
Don't want to talk about Trump. We're not talking about Trump right now. We're talking Democrats alone. I'm now sworn as president.
Okay.
The first day I'm in,
he could have did.
What's the first thing? Hold on.
At 12:02, he could have walked into his office and did any executive order he wanted to.
What was his choice?
But he gave it to Congress and let Congress do their job.
All right, boom. So his choice was to let Congress do it.
Yes.
What Congress do? Hold and delay that whole fucking thing for 8-9 months. Yes or no?
I guess.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Those 8-9 months was time he should have done what you just said at the beginning.
Yeah, but you could only get
yes or no.
Yes. Okay, yes
or no.
Yes.
All right. So his choice was a wrong choice at the first start.
No,
yes
I don't
or
say
no?
That. No.
So waiting for Republicans to give you a bill for 9 months was the right choice.
Okay, you get bills that how long it took to get motherfucking health care? It takes that long. He let Congress do their job. You can only do so much through an executive action. The shit that he wanted and the money that he wanted,
I get that.
You got to go through Congress anyway.
I get that.
So you don't always go.
Now you're relying on Republicans to first participate. So if they participate in this shit now, you got to rely on them agreeing with shit, delaying shit, and putting in bullshit. So either way, that bill is going to be some bullshit you wouldn't want any fucking way. So you relied on a bill for 9 months that you wouldn't sign, you wouldn't put up if it was up to you regardless. It's a Republican bill. They even admitted Republicans wrote the fucking bill. So they waited 9 months for Republicans to write a bill, their arch enemies, to help their Republican beat their nominee. Now think about that logic, bro.
Man, that's hindsight, and that's
not
how it
facts.
works. Because look,
you walked in the office
I agree with you on one thing. He
relied on Republicans.
Hold on. I agree with you on this. I agree with you on this. He had the power that if it was something that he wanted taken care of off the break, he had the power at 12:02 on January 20th of 2020 to walk into his office and sign any executive order he wanted to. Yes, he could have did that.
Politically, right or wrong.
And some things
let's stay on the same track.
And some
right or wrong.
Did that.
Politically, was that a right choice?
Politically, I can't really say because I don't, without you telling me exactly what executive orders that he's putting through. Now, if you're saying he could have went in there on day one and shut the border down, yeah, he could have did that. But would that have been politically the right move to do? Who's to say?
What you mean? Who's to say?
Who's to say till you do it?
He torpedoed the whole party with that dumb move.
Nah.
Stay on track with me, bro. Stay on track with me for 1 minute. I know you fuck with Biden.
Stay on
track for one back. Stay with me. Stay with me.
How the shit
Hold on. Stay
with what makes sense.
Let's take Biden's name out of it. The president that comes in is a Democratic president. He waits on Republicans to give him a bill that's already lit on the Republican side as a big issue. They got caravans flying all over the place, blowing situations up on Fox News. You coming in as a Democratic president, your first choice is to give it to them to fix it?
But he didn't.
That's my point.
Republicans.
He gave it to the Republicans, led the Senate. They the leaders. So you waiting for them to the manufacture a bill for you to sign?
Come on.
Yes or no? So people can understand what we're talking about.
You know, just as
slow down.
You know how.
All right, so people can understand what we're doing. The president came in and chose to let the Congress write a bill for immigration. Is that yes or no?
Yes.
He could have wrote any executive actions to do anything to the border before he did that. Yes or no?
Up to a certain point, yes.
In a certain point.
Yes, because you could only do so much.
Once you walk in, you can do executive actions off the break. So the first thing he should have did was executive actions on the border. He didn't do that. He gave it to the Congress, who is led by who? His enemy. So you gave it up to them. To me, bad choice. You say it was good. Politically, dumb as fuck. Because now you're leaving it up to them. Okay, cool. You want them to work a bipartisan bill. That's part of your Democratic problem. Y'all want to be bipartisan. You want to be soft all the fucking time. You have the rights. You want to do it, do it. Simple. He want to be bipartisan, so he fucks it. He gives it to Republicans. Write a bill. I'm going to sign it soon. All he's been saying for the last 2 years of his presidency. If you give me the bill, I will sign it. If you give me the bill, I will sign it. So you gave it up to these clowns. So what will the redneck demon do? Step in and say, don't fucking sign that. So now you're looking at 2 years, your dumb ass ain't do a fucking thing about the border. And you telling me that's good politics? You telling me that is good politics? Your first decision to give it up to your enemy and let them make the choice.
Enemy. He gave it to Congress. It got
that's led by Republicans. That's MAGA.
You can do executive actions all you want, but you can do them only to a certain point, and you still,
regardless, if he would have done executive actions, he wouldn't be at fault for what Republicans done.
Fuck what Republicans do. You still got to govern the way you govern. You can't govern the way based on what a Republican might say. You got to run your administration the way you run it.
The soonest Democrat, I'm glad that you're a pure Democrat. because your first reaction is what Democrats do. That's the problem. Okay. What you just say out your mouth is the issue.
What we're talking about him doing is the same thing we bitching about Trump doing, going in, throwing around executive actions and not let.
I haven't said nothing about no.
Hold on. We just talked about doing executive actions to say he could have did whatever he wanted on the border. We just talking about that.
No Trump. Don't bring Trump up.
Okay. The same thing we get on other motherfuckers about. He didn't go. He went in and say, "Hold the fuck up, Congress, do your job." Now, if they don't do their job,
agree. That's what he did. That was his choice.
Do your job. If they're not gonna do their job, what the fuck we got there for?
Let me ask you.
The money comes from the House.
But you chose.
You ain't get no money unless it comes from the House. Then the Senate got to sign off on it. Then it goes to the president to put his signature on the bill. So anything he had to get done, other than he could have went in there and shut the border down. But
so that's it. We got to stop.
Hold on.
No. After that statement right there.
If you want to get the money,
we have to stop.
Hold on. No. You can't stop.
Everything else is irrelevant.
No, it's not
what
irrelevant.
You just say? What you just say?
If you wanted the money
after that, what you just say, bro?
What?
What you just say?
What did that say?
He could have came in and said what? He could have came in and did what?
He could have came in on day one and shut the border down if he wanted to.
Anything after that is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Now you see what I'm saying?
But he chose
the point that he waited for the Republicans to make a bill is irrelevant.
He didn't wait for Republicans to make
a
bill. It was a bipartisan
bill.
For then? It was a bipartisan immigration bill.
Democrats already agree with him.
A lot of the shit that was in there, Republicans wanted, but a lot of the shit in there, Democrats wanted themselves also. But he could have did a lot of things. I agree with you. But if he wanted to put more border agents out there, he needed that money. That money was coming from Congress.
That's secondary.
That's the bill.
That's after the point. If he would have did what you just said, came in off the break, it's already an issue. They got caravans, Republicans, and Fox News already got this on the bullhorn. If you would have came in as Democratic president, executive actions flying everywhere with the border, the joints that you eventually did 2 years later, you wouldn't have been at fault for whatever Republicans was saying, because the bill you was waiting for, they tanked, and you put motherfucking sanctions up when you got in. Stuff that can't last. You was waiting for the Congress. You put motherfuckers executive actions up, and you was waiting for the Congress while those executive actions is in play. You didn't do the executive actions. You left it all up to Republicans to write you a bill. Jackass political move. Period.
I disagree.
I don't see where it can be a bad move can Biden do. Give me the bad political move Biden done over 50 years for you. Look, give me the one thing he did.
He did a
because
lot of
obviously it's not. He never done a bad political move ever for you, bro.
I don't have a problem with you seeing it.
No, give me the move. Then not bad. If that's not bad, give me the bad thing.
I see another way. That's the whole thing.
Wait, we just walked through this.
I see I see it from a different point of view than what you see it from. I see why he did it the way he did it. Okay, if you got Congress in there, you're not gonna get the money to do anything if it don't come out of the House.
That's secondary.
But hold on, you crying about
politics.
You're talking about him. Oh, that was bad politics that he let he passed it off to Congress to do it. That's the only way to fix the long-term problem. This wasn't about fixing the short term. It was about fixing the long term.
Let me ask you this. Are the numbers down on the crossing?
Yes.
Why?
Because of whatever actions he took. He took a lot of actions on the border.
Stop. Did you just answer your own fucking question? The numbers are down because he took actions, executive actions.
Yeah, he did a lot.
If he would have done that when he walked in the fucking door, we would have never had Republicans having shit to talk about. Are you with me? That's the political fuck up he did when he walked in. Second, he waited for Republicans to write a bill. That's two jackass moves.
No. You worried about what the Republicans say. Fuck what the Republicans say.
That's how we losing messages.
Fuck what Republicans say. You lose a message because you ain't getting your message out. Get your message.
If he would have had executive orders when he walked in, they would have led on the messaging. We wait for them to sign a bill. What the fuck are they waiting for? He had to do executive orders to clean up the border that your fucking president left. Now what? What's wrong with you? Trump left.
Trump ain't my president.
No, and what I'm saying is, Trump, he came in after Trump. Your president left the border fucked up. I'm slinging executive actions all over the place to stop it, and I'm waiting for these jackasses to bring me a bill. That's what I'm waiting for, the bill. Not just waiting for a bill. Not just waiting for Republicans to bring me a bill.
And
you fucked yourself by relying on your enemy to help you out to solve the problem. That's political malfeasance, bro.
Okay.
Thank you. Now you with me?
I disagree with that point of view, but
how can you even disagree with that?
Because I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it.
You just told me he had the chance.
I don't agree.
The numbers are down.
He could have did it. I'm not saying he couldn't have did it.
Why didn't he do it?
I'm not saying that he shouldn't have did it.
He gave Republicans ammo.
He could have came in day one. He could have came in at 12:02. He could have took the oath at 12:01. At 12:02, walked over to the White House
and did whatever the fuck he did to stop this shit.
And did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. He could have shut the border completely down. But
what? Politically, what? Why didn't you do it?
It might have been cool.
Biden, why didn't you do it?
Because he did it the way he said he was going to do it.
Leave it up to MAGA to give you a fucking bill.
He didn't give the bill.
How jackassery is that?
He put it in the hands of the people.
Mike Johnson, MAGA Mike, run the fucking Senate that he waited for a bill for. Really though? Niggas that can't stand the border, can't stand immigration, can't stand motherfucker transgenders, can't stand the Democratic Party. You gonna come in as a Democratic leader and leave it up to those jackasses to give you the win?
But the bill was there.
The win politically?
Well, hold on.
Really though?
The
and you
bill
gonna say
was
that's
there.
good though?
And,
so, some point you got to stop and say, "Damn, you right." Biden did a lot of dumbass shit, bruh.
Look,
the fuck
he got something out of it. We didn't get shit out of it for real because they shut it down.
He gave Republicans
the bill was there. The bill was there. Now, if
a year and a half later, after they ran caravans through the fucking America and scared America, told them that fucking jobs are being stolen. Okay, now you can shut it down. You already gave us our ammo to run on. Look. Since that day, that orange neck demon been telling you immigration been fucking America up. He gave them the ammo to do that by not shutting that bitch the fuck down.
For one, fuck what the motherfuckers talking about. And it still's gonna have to go back to motherfucking what we already been talking about. Democrats gonna have to get motherfucking as aggressive with their message as Republicans are with their message if they want to be heard. Because you can come out with the fucking truth. You can push the truth just as hard as another motherfucker push a lie. And until they get aggressive enough and get their goddamn message out there everywhere. This is what we are. This is what we stand for. This is what we're going to do for you. And don't back off of it. Y'all motherfuckers easily distracted. Somebody say something over here, you distracted. No. Get fucking tunnel vision. Look straight the fuck ahead. Get on message. Get on fucking point. Just be aggressive as they are. Fight fucking back. That's why they beating you in messaging. They can come out and they tell you. We don't have to tell the truth. Hold the fuck up. Y'all should have been raising hell about that. They're telling you they're not telling you the fucking truth. What is the fucking truth?
Bro.
And fight for it. Come on, that's the problem. These motherfuckers ain't fighting.
No. I'm talking about politics right now. Now I ain't even talking about y'all don't have no talent as fucking Mike and wordsmiths. Y'all don't have that on the Democrat side. I'm talking about politics, period. Just the politics of it. You come in as Democratic leader, and everybody, Republicans got the America on fire. Got caravans running through this bitch. Got people thinking that you giving motherfuckers driver's licenses, giving them $36,000 of shit, immigration, all type. You got the people thinking all this.
Yep.
You walk in as Democratic leader instead of politically putting a fire on that dumbass jackass shit by saying, "Oh, know what? I'm coming in. I got executive orders for this, executive orders for that, the border this, the border that, the border that." ASAP until these motherfuckers in the Congress, MAGA Mike and those fools send me a bill that I'm damn sure gonna sign when they send it. But he didn't do that. He just walked in and gave them and said, give me a bill. What you think? They're going to give you a bill and let you sign a bill and beat Trump with it? Fuck no. That was dumb politics, bro. I need you to agree with that.
I'm not going to agree with that. I'm not going to agree with something I don't believe.
You already said he could have walked in.
I didn't say it was dumb politics. I'm not going to say it was dumb politics. I understand why he did what he did.
You said he could have walked in and did all that.
I said he could, but that don't mean that would have been. That don't mean he would have.
So politically, why not?
Okay,
explain that.
He could have went in. And, he could have went in and shut all of that shit down.
Politically, why not?
And you know what he could have did? He could have lost more of the motherfucking Latino vote than they already did. It's consequences to everything.
This nigga want to put a wall up and they outvote her. This orange act demon over a black woman. You gonna say and tell me he gonna lose?
Okay,
bro.
But you can't blame him. That's what the people wanted.
But then you going back to my point. He's a sorry politician, first of all, because he was not. I'm just going this year. Not bills, not his agenda. Politics. Something I don't think he thought about. The impression that people get from things. Politics. You come in as president, shut the border down. You already got a redneck orange demon screaming this shit every day. You ain't got to be a person talking about walls, but you can do executive actions and say, all right, since they don't want to give funding to the border agency, I'm going to send executive actions, funding for border agents and for whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck he just did to shut the shit down, he should have did when he walked the fuck in politically. He shouldn't have waited a year and a half later where Republicans now demagogue this shit, turn into an evil thing. Now it's too late to put the executive actions up and shut it down and take the numbers down. Now you can run and say, I got numbers down on my way out. No, motherfucker. Politically, Democrats got to handle that. Politically, Democrats got to handle you fucking letting your son go. Politically, these are the things politically. I think he did a dumbass political moves and didn't think politically in none of these things he did. These two things at all.
I mean, I respect that point of view if that's where you're coming from, but I just don't agree totally with that. I mean, the fact that he could have went in and did what he could have done. Okay, we can look back on it now or whenever and say, yeah, that might have been a fuck up or whatever.
Ain't no might been, it was.
He still went about it the way he went about it.
It was whole
and
Trump campaign.
In the end, it got there. Trump said, don't bring it to the floor. Don't bring it to the floor. They didn't bring it to the floor.
His whole campaign was immigration.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that politically. He won on immigration. Yeah. Your candidate came in and didn't do anything on immigration. But you want to act like it's politically he did the right thing. Really, though?
Nah, he ain't going to say he didn't do nothing. Because he did do some things before.
He didn't do exactly action that slowed him down.
Man. Okay, but look.
So what he do then?
Look.
That's the problem.
I'm not.
The Democrats got to recognize, bruh. Once you recognize how sorry politically y'all are, how sorry motherfucking wordsmith y'all are, once y'all wake up and realize that part, that's when y'all really ain't gonna realize nothing. You don't realize how sorry a politician Biden was this year? You really in the dark, bro.
A lot of work to do because our brand obviously is not where it needs to be.
Do you think that's a problem of messaging or the candidates?
Well, I will say it's definitely a branding problem. The perceptions of our party are completely upside down, and it's a messaging problem. It's not a message problem, by the way, because if you look at states like Missouri, where they passed a minimum wage increase, they passed a paid family leave, they passed abortion protections, all by wide margins. Those same voters went down ballot and voted for Trump and the Republicans. So the policies
I'm glad he said that. I'm glad he said it.
Go ahead. That's my issue. See, that's my issue. That's my issue with you. You can talk about what they did in Missouri, and it's a good thing. And it's a good thing. I'm not saying increase the minimum wage. That's a good thing. Why the fuck y'all never have the politicians? This is my fucking problem with y'all. Y'all never take the politicians, the up and coming politicians, and you push them out there and put them out there on these shows, on these networks, on these radio shows, on these podcasts to say, this is what we doing in my community. And, you know, I'm running for Senate and I'm trying to push this through the whole motherfucking country and introduce these people. Y'all want to use their ideas. You want to use their accomplishment. Push the fucking people out there so you can put a face with the shit. And you never put a face behind the shit. Oh, well, Democrats say, you know, in Missouri, they did this. Introduce us to the motherfucker who did it. And and put that motherfucker out there to help other motherfuckers do it, to push it national. Come on, that's the fucking problem.
The fact that he gonna come in and say that dumbass shit, like, bro, you're not making any sense to come on TV and say that shit. That's
the damn
when
problem.
You point out, all right, but they didn't win nationally, but you go to this state, bitch ass nigga, in DC, we're gonna have different policies from the national. We're not gonna be a state or Maryland gonna be a state that gonna motherfucker have a problem with abortion issues and shit like that. But we don't want to have a whole United States that have abortion issues, because that means we have to stay in Maryland. We can't travel. You know what I'm saying? We can't go to Florida now because the abortion rights is strict. You like, bruh, you have to make fucking sense. Don't tell me about a motherfucker did this shit in Louisiana. Where the fuck you at? That don't make sense. You gotta make it national. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
You gotta push these people. You gotta put a face with the shit too, so people can get to know. And look, one of the fucking problems with Harris and her part of the campaign was this, and people calling me, we don't know her. That is one of the things that happens over the course of basically a 2 to 4 year campaign. You really get to know the people. Just like it's like when Bill Clinton ran. If the people didn't get to know Bill Clinton before all that wild shit came out about the state troopers and all that other shit, when he was last in the polls, but people knew him and trusted that what he said he was going to do, he would have never won that election. You got to put the people out there so we can get to know the people, so we can feel the people, so we can know them, so we can trust them. You can't keep just throwing them out. Well, you know, in Missouri,
because it don't work. For example,
instead of saying
you had my man from Minnesota ran vice president.
Yeah,
the shit he did, everybody loved on the Democratic side.
Yeah,
but y'all didn't message it right, motherfucker.
Yeah,
so that's just it.
Because
you can do all that good shit, but if you can't take it national, it's useless.
You didn't know the shit that Tim Walz did in Minnesota on a national basis until he was on the ticket. And if you got somebody in where the fuck was that? Minnesota? He came out of Minnesota, yeah. And he came out and say, take the one they tried to raise the most controversy and most hell over.
All right, for example,
the tampons in the bathroom. Take that for example. You could have been put that out there. You know, man. You know, we got young women out here, and you know, school age girls. Their bodies maturing and whatever.
I see what you're saying.
And you put that out there, and not only will people would have knew who he was, because you not only had to introduce her, you had to introduce him too. So you really had to do two things at one time. So by him having you take the school lunch thing in Minnesota, look, we can do this. In the state of Minnesota with Governor Tim Walz has made it so that every school age kid, regardless of your status or your class, if you're poor or rich or whatever, he made sure that all of them can come to school and they'll have a hot lunch or get a good lunch. That's what he did, and we want that for every child in America, no matter where you at on the class scale. That's speaking to the top as well as the bottom. You speaking to everybody. That's something everybody can understand. And you would put a motherfucker out there that, hold on, well, who is this Tim Walz that's doing all of that?
Now,
that's what you should have done.
Talking about,
that's what I've been saying the whole time.
You get what I'm saying? Like, when she picked him, he knew what he did. Off the break, in your motherfucking stump speeches, I want everything. I want kids in America to be healthy in school. Before they go into the background, before the Republicans twist shit around, I want to make sure that little girls have no burdens in school while they learn. So they're provided health care. Leave it at that. Let them niggas dig into tampons and all that bullshit. It's health care. You feel me? But like you said, they came in and let them paint the picture of what he did before they got a chance to do it.
And you was motherfucking and y'all was that looking back. I ain't gonna say like I knew it all the time, but looking back, you could have took the tampon issue and you could have tied it to healthcare.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because what are tampons? They're sanitary napkins.
Exactly.
You cannot have young school-age girls, especially with shit going around like COVID-19 and all this old other shit that's out here. We need this because we don't want to contribute to the problem. We want to prevent the problem. And
that
you could have did.
That's what Democrats need to be. There.
Well, that's what they need to be doing now.
Okay, now start, yeah.
That's what you need to be doing.
Start doing, yeah. But that is it. Now you get. That is what I've been saying. They need to be doing first before they get to do it. And then they good at fast doing it.
Well,
now you said if you came out first with the healthcare shit, like you just said, this would have been a hard argument for motherfucking Republicans turning him to a tampon Tim or some shit.
Yeah,
so
that's whatever. But you get it.
It would have been harder if somebody already been presented as somebody looking out for young children in their health care.
Yeah, but see, if they could have called them tampon Tim, all the fuck you
they
had
would
to
look
do
crazy then.
Well, all you can say, well, you have to say, well, do you want your, do you want your school-aged daughter to go to school and have to go through something like that? And that's all you had to do and keep it moving. That's the thing. They don't know how to. Y'all shut shit down. Some of this shit you can shut down when they ask you a stupid ass question.
Of it. Say it first.
Yeah. You can shut a lot of the shit. They ask you a stupid question. Come on, man. Let's go. Come on. We're gonna talk about some serious shit right here. And keep it moving. Because if you got some in the party that's ready to do, damn, that's an issue I can, that's one of my issues. So, I'm gonna say a whole lot of shit.
Not that. Even like when they ask them certain stuff. For example, when they asked Kamala about, he said he just found out you black and stuff, right? Instead of her really getting into that, she let it go, which was all right. That was her choice. But I said then she should have went into I'm black, I'm proud. Right. You know what I'm saying? She didn't actually say
that's all she had to say for real.
Thank you.
All she had to do.
As a Democrat is so scared to get people mad at certain stuff. Say what you want to say.
I mean, that's all the fuck they had to really do. When after he said that, and they start,
Trump said this and all this.
Was it Trump? Like, Trump just said at the NABJ that Kamala Harris, she's not black, or she just turned black.
She should have been like, I'm black.
I'm like, really? I'd have been like, really? You gonna ask me some shit like that? The last time I checked, she looked black to me. Next question. They gonna ask you that shit no more.
I'm telling you, she got killed.
And all she had to do is,
like, look,
and if I was heard a motherfucker said that shit about me, I'd have got on camera and did this move. Damn.
Or she could have been like, that's funny, man. My father would have been funny to hear that.
Right.
All the press, all the press shit that the black man and his shoes been through. To hear that his daughter is not black would be a funny thing to him. That's a rejection right there. Like, she was brought in the fact that her father is black. And most of these people that talked to her about that shit didn't know her father was black themselves. Half of them would be like, her father Irish though. That was half the problem.
I wouldn't even did that. I would even went there, because if it was me and you'd have asked me that question, I would have said, I'd have like, really? You gonna ask me about a motherfucker who sprays on orange tanning spray? You gonna let him question my blackness? I'm not gonna dignify that with an answer. Next question. You would have flipped it right back on them. Then the next thing you know, they want to know, I'd have said some shit like, yeah, he using that Trump orange tan spray or some shit. I put a name on it, and then motherfuckers been like, gotta look into this tanning spray shit. Flip the shit back on them. That's all. You look. People like motherfuckers. People like, as you can see on the other side, people like motherfuckers who show spine, who's tough and got backbone and go, fight for what they believe in, even if you don't believe it or if you don't agree with it. But you still fight for what you believe in. And if the people don't, get behind you in it, then, that wasn't what the people wanted. But you got to go out there and show some spine. You got to go out here and fight these motherfuckers. If a motherfucker hit you, you got to hit them back. And that's one thing about when the dude brought up perception. And we were talking about the perception of as an elite party, a college educated party in any way. Let's get one thing straight. When we think of elites and college people, we think of soft. We think of them as soft. They not, they're not from the streets. They're not from the grind. They're not from the gutter. They don't know what it is. They soft. They done had it good. I ain't never seen the inside of no college classroom. Fuck that. What I know about eating filet mignon. Just give me a regular ass steak, T-bone steak, and I'm fine. Come on, that's what you got to do. You speaking to the prime rib class, and you speak in the prime rib language, but you got a motherfucker out here on motherfucking hamburgers and hot dogs and oodles and noodles. You got to speak their language too.
Yeah, the closer I got to a campus was scooping hoes up. You know what I'm saying? Now, the motherfucking point of, all right, first of all, the election ends. And then this is where me and my man is starting to step back and watch what happens here. This is when you say, like when you come in, turn the light on and roaches get a scattering. This is what you're looking at now. Is people finding places to go and hide and be a safe space right about now. So we got Romney, right? Who's supposed to been against Trump and whatever fuck he want to do, right? He comes on CNN. They question him about, hey, how you feel about the election and what happened there?
What's going on now? And the first one is, what lessons are you taking away from the election results?
Donald Trump won. He won overwhelmingly. He said what he was going to do, and that's what he's doing. I mean, people are saying, oh, I don't like this appointment or this policy that he's talking about. But those are the things he said he was going to do when he ran. So you can't complain about someone who does what he said he was going to do. And I agree with him on a lot of policy fronts. I disagree with him on some things. But
all right. This is the problem right here, right? Now, I do agree with him first that he won. Yeah. Everything he said he was going to do. That's why I always said, let him do the fuck. Let him put these people, whatever fuck he want to put in it. Whatever he to us, he lied, right? But that's irrelevant. People that think he's not lying or whatever fuck felt he's lying, but wanted to roll with him anyway, still voted for him, right? So he said these things out of his mouth. We pointed out the shit. It's well documented. A lot of shit he said out of his mouth along the way, right? And if he said it, you voted for him, we lost. We have to accept that. Yeah, that's no problem with that. We had no problem with that. But we're gonna point out the bullshit, but we had no problem. We lost, right? We still say y'all was duped. Everybody that voted for him was duped or racist. Pick one, jump in one of those buckets, have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker can't come on at the end and act like, now, oh, you know what? I agree with some of his policies. When you say that, you never said that before. Like, now you agree with him?
You call that motherfucker every name in the book that you could.
Exactly. What did you? So now a nigga like me gotta be like, what do you agree with?
Don't do that, Matt.
Like, and then when he say shit like, okay, let's let him do whatever he want. The things he like to do, I agree with most of them. Okay, is it fucking giving police immunity? Do you like that part? Or are you agreeing with that one? Yes or no, bruh? Like, it ain't no just, okay, let him do what he want, motherfucker. Like, what are you talking about, man? That's the shit. They're giving police immunity? Really? Stop and frisk? Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
See,
now do what he want and just see how the results is. Fuck you.
I look at the Democratic Party like this right now. So I was watching football all day. And the Democrat Party is like a football team. you got all the positions. You got different positions. You know, different sides of the ball, offense, defense, whatever. But the problem with the motherfucking Democratic Party is you got all of these different wings. You got all these different constituencies, but you ain't got no head coach. Who's the coach that sets the game plan? Who's the motherfucking coach that if a motherfucker get out of line, you gonna bring them back in. You gonna reel them back in. That you know that can. If you got to call an audible or something, you know you able to get it done. And that's who the next head of the DNC gonna be. So you got to get somebody out there that can get a message, say this is our message, and this message applies to everybody. I understand that we got different wings and different constituencies in the party. We can figure that out amongst ourselves, but we got to win these goddamn races, and we got to get some people out there to win it. Just like we was talking a minute ago about, she had to introduce herself, and Walz had to introduce himself, and you didn't have that problem with Trump. That was one of Trump's advantages when she got in the race, is that the people that was voting for him knew him. They knew what he stood for. They knew what he planned. They knew what it was, and they agreed with the shit. So all they had to do was November 5th, go to the polls and vote for the man they wanted. But like I said before, she had to jump through a lot of hoops, and she jumped through damn near all of them. Might been a hoop or two she ain't get to, but it wasn't for lack of trying. She left it all out there on the table. That's why I say she deserves to be in the race the next time with no motherfucking problem. Give her all the time she need, because she done what she had to do by introducing herself during this campaign. Now all she got to do is go out there to the people like Hillary could have and say, I told you so. Well, what did I tell you? I had plans to give you $25,000 credit towards your first home. I had plans to give you $50,000 towards your first business. I had plans for you to keep your health care and strengthen it. I had plans to not only strengthen healthcare, but to have it so you don't have to put your loved ones in a nursing home, that you can have home care. I had those types of plans. Now what do you have? You have nothing, because he took it. Now that's her strength going out into the next election cycle. And you know, she earned it, she deserved it. And she should be the front runner right now. But I think it's gonna get crowded.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of fools.
There's gonna be a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Because I think Buttigieg setting itself up to get in.
He ran before.
Newsom, Shapiro, and it is gonna be some. I think it's gonna be a whole lot of people that's gonna get in, that's really testing the water and putting their name out this time, because they know they ain't gonna win. Yeah.
I think if she stay on the track she is now, like she doing now, I think after the motherfucking inauguration she'll be more aggressive. I think. I think if she stay more like she doing now and stay in the joint, she gonna be the top front runner. No matter who get in the joint, and it's up to her at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's like she gotta do a better job next time of being just straight a person that's making the argument on their side of the stage, not on their side. And once they do learn that, they'll be better.
I mean, this time, if she's the nominee this time, it'll be a more cleaner and more cohesive message coming out, because you already know where she's coming from. And that need to be how everybody look at it, because no matter who get in, I think this time, look, Democrats, this time over the next 4 years, whoever's out there, and I don't give a fuck what race it is, president, Senate, House, governor, mayor, or whatever, look at all the candidates and listen to all of the candidates and do your research on all the candidates. Ain't nobody say you got to study them like you writing a college thesis or some shit like that. But if you hear something or you see something, check it out. Spend a half hour or to an hour watching the news. You can watch what the fuck. NBC, ABC, and CBS Evening News is only 30 minutes, and you can get a good amount of information to get you started, to point you in the right direction on who you want to look at, who you want to support. But Democrat Party put us some damn candidates out there and put us some new, and it's not all about just the candidates for the offices or the big offices. We want to know who the community leaders is. We want to know who to go talk to about this, that, and the third. Put these people out there. It's platforms out there. You're looking at one right here. We'll accept them. We'll talk to them. We'll give them all the space they need to tell their story and what they will do for the people they represent. Ain't got no problem with that. But you got to put them out there. You can't just say, well, you know, in Missouri, they raised the minimum wage to say $15 an hour. And we think it should be that way for everybody. No, don't say that. You say, well, you know, in Missouri, Mayor Joe Smo or Governor Joe Smo or James Smo, whoever, they got it. They raised their minimum wage to $15 an hour, and it's doing this. It's bringing people out of poverty, blah, 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 blah. And we want to do this for the whole country. And we'll introduce the person that did it and put a face behind it. So a person can say, this is how we did it. Because for some of the shit that you want to do, yes, you might have to implement another tax or raise taxes somewhere, and then y'all act like y'all scared because all the top motherfuckers, oh, raise the taxes. Okay. You got to put it out there, and you got, whatever you got to work with it. Shit. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. So we can all get together, have a good old time. And the next thing you know, you be done snuck up on them like they snuck up on us this election cycle.
Exactly.
That's all we saying. The people that believe in this shit and believe and feel that our rights and everything that was fought for and gained for in this country, we feel that it's under attack and it's being taken from us. And if y'all not going to, and if the people that's supposed to lead us, that we choose to put in leadership positions, is not going to fight for that, okay, then what are we supposed to do?
Exactly. Now, before we get out of here, right? Appreciate everybody, man, that be taking the time out to check us out. Like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 before the new year. Appreciate everybody that try to get us there and help us out. You know what I'm saying, dog? But there's a lot of things we do. We talk politics, but we like to motherfucking inform and have the black debate. You know what I'm saying, dog? And one thing we like to do is go back in history and remember our folks that did a lot of things to have us sitting on this live talking shit about crackers all day. They even say the word I just said. You know what I'm saying, dog? And we call that you know. Now, giving much respect and love to our black motherfucking soldiers and black people in our past. Black in the day, 1992, Arthur Ashe is named Sports Illustrated Person of the year. Now, for anybody don't know, Arthur Ashe was a gay American. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Arthur Ashe, he died at 49 too.
He died. And you got the wrong Arthur Ashe or something. He
What you
died
mean,
on
Arthur Ashe
49.
tennis?
Yeah, he died in 93.
Yeah, 93 at 49.
Oh, at 40. I thought you said he died.
Oh. He was 49 years old.
I don't think he was gay though.
He had AIDS.
Yeah, but he didn't get it from gay sex.
No,
he got it
that's from your words. That's from your lips. I don't know.
I mean, that's what they was getting it from back then.
That's from your lips.
But he didn't get it. He didn't get it from sex. He got it from it from blood transfusion. He went to the hospital for something and got it from he was having heart bypass surgery and he needed blood and the blood was tainted.
Was he married?
Yeah.
He was in Richmond, Virginia too.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
He passed away. He was in New York.
Yeah. Remember,
he retired in 1980.
Yeah,
I remember when I was coming up. I just remember he had AIDS.
Yeah, I remember he had. Yeah, he got it from a blood transfusion.
That I remember. Now he won the motherfucking Australian Open. He won the French Open twice.
A lot of shit.
The Wimbledon in 1975 and the U.S. Open in 1968. He was the Tour Finals in 1978. The WCT Finals in 1975. His career was 323 to 176.
Yeah, he married Jean Montusami. She must have been French or something like that. That's what it sounds like. It's French. But I remember,
14 Grand Prix.
Yeah, I remember Arthur Ashe. I never got to see him play live or whatever, because that was before I got in it. I got into tennis, started watching tennis. He had already stopped playing. So, but doing our, every February Black History Month, during my elementary school years, your middle school or whatever, we would talk about Arthur Ashe, because he accomplished a lot of firsts in tennis, but what he became known for was the fact that he did have AIDS and how he got it, and him and his wife became real big activists for AIDS prevention and everything. So that's kind of like, he got two legacies: as an activist against the disease and as basically one of the greatest tennis players of all time, and the first great tennis player.
Now, they say that it was never really proven, but they thinking that the HIV from a blood transfusion he received during heart bypass surgery in 1983, and it says that it is to believed that he required it there. So it's not really clear on how he got that, but they thinking they got it from when he had the surgery, and he publicly announced that an illness in April 1992. Him and his wife, they had founded the Arthur Ashe Foundation for the Defeating of AIDS and Arthur Ashe Institute for the Urban Health before his death from AIDS-related pneumonia.
Oh.
Now, Bill Clinton gave him the presidential award, Freedom.
Oh yeah, that's the one that Trump be selling everybody.
And also the Arthur Ashe Stadium that he named. U.S. Open in the largest tennis arena in the world.
Well, back then, that's when Sports Illustrated. That's when Sports Illustrated was the shit. That was the sports magazine. Oh, yeah. That was tight. Was top dog. And to get Sports Illustrated Man of the Year, that was a sports person or person of the year, whatever. That was huge.
Hell yeah.
That was real huge.
Now, Of course, they ain't figure out how he got it, but if he's not gay, then I do take that back. He's not apologize for that.
Nah,
if he not.
Nah, he ain't gay.
I don't know. But I know growing up, he was he had AIDS, and he was playing tennis. He was one of the biggest tennis players when I was growing up ever.
Hell
You know what I'm saying? He was the shit. And then he was like almost the only black motherfucker out there getting a man at the time.
He was.
That nigga raised in Lynchburg. Hey, anybody know Virginia still got motherfucking joints called Lynchburg and shit like that, bro. Some shit in Maryland too like that. For real.
So he's the only black man to win the singles title at Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, or the Australia Open. Damn. Only one. He is one of only two men of black ancestry to win any Grand Slam singles title, the other being Francis Yardick Noah. Oh yeah.
Most definitely, man. We definitely motherfucking celebrate our motherfucking folks for sure. Give must respect to motherfuckers that you might not have known, you might never heard of, and maybe you did. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We might have educated one motherfucker today. Yeah. That's all we know, boy. You know what I'm saying? D-Black debate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because he got a list of accomplishments a mile long, but
hell yeah.
Today, Arthur Ashe, we shout out to Arthur Ashe, late great Arthur Ashe, being Sports Illustrated Person of the Year.
Appreciate everybody take the time out, man, to check the boys out, man. You know what I'm saying, dog? If we want, man, we can go on fucking till I don't know, talking about politics. You know what I'm saying, dog? We do appreciate everybody to take the time out to come and check us out. We here live each and every Tuesday and Friday night live. You know what I'm saying, dog? And I know you think to yourself, they sunny though, bro. I know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, dog? We does that too. We got Chip on our show. We jump in. We just jump in. You know what I'm saying? But guaranteed you're gonna see us Tuesday and Friday for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, something safe we get out of this joint.
Nope. Good night. Y'all be safe. We'll see y'all when we see y'all.
Best believe it.
And it'll be soon.
D-Black.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
Oh, you know how they do. You know how they do.
Y'all some sorry motherfucker. When you y'all gonna fall off at the end?
Oh.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a